Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for coming by today to check out today's video. Hope everyone had a good New Year's and a good Christmas. Um, we're back at it in 2020 here to start off a new decade. And I want to start off with a little bit of a tips and tricks video for new players or just players who want to try to get better at Call of Duty. So the gameplay I have for you in the back today is on 2019 Modern Warfare. I got a gameplay on Crash. The new game mode that they just released, which is not new, it's been in previous games. It's called Grind, which I'm not. If you're familiar with Fracture from Black Ops 3, I think is when it started. Basically, you go around collecting dog tags and depositing them at these locations, at these two flags. So that's just the gameplay. It's not really important. Um, what I wanted to talk to you about today is some tips and tricks as to how I succeed at Call of Duty and how you might be able to succeed too. So what I wanted to do to start off, which I think is the most important, is obviously in a first-person shooter, is your aim and accuracy. So what you want to do is you want to always position your middle cursor, which is like those little lines that you see in the middle of your screen, basically where your gun is going to aim once you aim down sights. You want to always have that positioned in the middle of the screen. So for example, if you're running around a corner, you want to have that your middle cursor there. See if you see on the screen now with my shotgun, right where you expect someone to walk through. So you're ready to go. So when someone comes through, you're quick to the trigger and you can pull the shot and get the kill. It's all about reaction time. This is a Twitch shooter, so you always want to have quick reaction time. So that's the most important, obviously. I'd start with that if you're trying to get new to the game or you want to get better. The next thing I would say is the UAV. So obviously in this year's Call of Duty, the UAV is a lot less relevant. But this is a tips and tricks video, not just for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but for Call of Duty in general. So I'm assuming they're going to fix the UAV at some point this year. They're going to have no choice. Once people leave the game and aren't interested as much anymore, they're going to have to go back to what made it successful in the first place. I don't know why they got rid of it, but they have, and they're gonna pay for that one. But in every other Call of Duty up to this point, and even this one, the UAV is still not completely useless. You want to use the UAV to your benefit. So basically, what you want to do is you want to always be looking for red dots. So when people are shooting their guns off, a red dot will appear on the mini map. Not in this game though, unfortunately, but I'm just going to talk about the Call of Duty in general. So in basic Call of Duty, if you shoot your gun without a silencer on your weapon, you will come up as a red dot on the mini map, giving away your position and showing the enemy team where you are located on the map. So this is important to always be looking at the mini map. Your eye should always be rotating between that mini map and the screen constantly. This is something that's going to take time, but you will start to get the grasp of once you get more used to it. So basically, not only does red dot come out with shooting, but obviously UAV. UAV is a great kill streak because obviously if you're not using Ghost, you come up on the mini map. If you're always using the mini map, it's a huge advantage to know where the enemy team is located. Another thing with the mini map that a lot of people don't use is looking at the mini map and looking at your own teammates, knowing where they're located, knowing where they're shooting, to determine based on that where the enemy team is coming from. That's a huge advantage, and a lot of people I feel like don't use that when they actually should, because it's a huge advantage to knowing the enemy location and racking up kills. The next tip I would like to say would be to understand the map layout and know the power positions on each map. So each map will have power positions that have a certain line of sight, or a certain, maybe if you're playing objective mode, a B flag, or a search and destroy, an A or B bomb. But you want to have if you lock down a position that you feel like a lot of people are coming to, a lot of traffic. If you can lock down that position, maybe with some claymores and a good line of sight, you can start to rack up the kills. Obviously, I'm more of a rusher. That's more of a camping style, but you can also camp and rush at the same time. You can rush and you hold down a position closer to the enemy spawn. I consider that still rushing, but camping kind of at the same time. So that's really important. Make sure you do that. Another thing is to always be pushing the enemy team. Always be running, always be looking for kills. As you see in my gameplay, I'm constantly moving. I'm constantly checking for spawn locations, looking at the spawn flips. When you push an enemy team so far back into their spawn, spawns will flip. Be aware of that. Be aware of knowing when your team's going to flip, when your spawn flips, when someone else's spawn flips. That's going to give you a lot of insight into knowing where everyone is coming from. And that's the most important thing, knowing where the teammates are and then having that accuracy, like I said before, to take those shots. What's another one here? Obviously, class setups is very important. Knowing what class, what guns, what perks, what kill streaks to use is important. Obviously, there's going to be better kills in guns and kill streaks and perks in every different Call of Duty game, but some tailor to certain player types. Obviously, there's certain perks that might suit you better and might not benefit someone else. So just know, my advice to you would be know what works for you and use that to your benefit, okay? That's another thing I could say. So we got the aim, we got the UAV, looking at UAV, we got control power positions and using the map, understanding map knowledge is huge. Another one, class setups, using ghosts and dead silence and stuff like that. I guess what I should say is listen to footsteps. It's also important to have a decent headset if you want to be good at Call of Duty, because then you can know where people are coming from. Obviously, in this game, it's a huge advantage because footsteps are out of control. But in every Call of Duty game, you can hear footsteps, so it is important to know where you're using sound to know where people are coming from is a huge advantage to get the jump on someone. If you can hear them coming from even a split second away, you can quickly turn around, get that reaction time, and take the shot and take them out. So that's another advantage, another strength that I would say you could use to help you do good in the game. What else can I have here? One more would be, I guess, to position yourself so that you can't get shot from other areas. So basically, keep the people coming in front of you. You don't want to leave yourself exposed to too many places to get shot from. That's what's key, you know? It's keep the limitations from the other team to kill you to a minimum. So that will get you a lot of kills and keep your death count low. It's one thing just to go guns a-blazing and getting all these kills, but it's another to keep the death count low and get a good kill-death ratio. Obviously, I play a lot of team deathmatch, and that's huge for me to get my kill-death span to exceed that span, if you know what I'm saying, so that I can help my team the most. The kills minus deaths is how you benefit your team in team deathmatch. So with that, I guess that's all I have to say to today's video. Thank you for stopping by. Your support on the channel is everything, and I really do appreciate it. So thank you very much, and have a good day.